Mr. Jacklich, what's going on over there today at the Western Lawn Tennis Club, Pontiac, Michigan? It is Sunday morning. Yeah. Episode number 224 of the Gold Ball Hunting Podcast. Just rolling.
It's gonna be a great day it's gonna be a great day on the grass, baby.
Whether or not you can get on there.
Doesn't matter. It's always a great day to walk the grass. I pop the shoes off, or I walk out there in my flip flops. I walk it barefoot so I can feel the moisture or non-moisture. I can feel the firmness. I just had my feet recalibrated last week. I went down to NASA for the day.
I see.
And they've been recalibrated. So best reading we can get right now.
Excellent.
I'm ready to go.
Excellent. Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds like a good day out there in Pontiac, Michigan. I am later this morning. I'm heading back up to the Bay Area. Going to drive up there. We've got the Avery Cup, which is at the Berkeley Tennis Club this year.
Oh, that's right.
The Avery Cup starts, well, I guess the festivities start tomorrow on Monday, but the tennis starts, I think it's Wednesday or Thursday this week. But this is one of the IC, the International Club events, where this is the USA versus England. And they're always good.
Yeah.
They're always great things. And Maya and I played in the one last year over in Normandy, France, which was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. So
I'm sorry I'm going to miss it because actually Erica was talking to me about it before I ended up actually accepting this job here in Michigan, and I was helping her out with we were possibly going to do winery, blah 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 stuff up in the Napa Valley. So I'm bummed. I'm going to miss it.
Yeah. Well, another time for sure. Anyway, guys, so listen, what Jeff and I have been doing all week is sharing stories about our singles matches that we came away, either during the match or after the match, really came away with some major epiphany, an aha moment that really sort of helped add another layer of confidence to us as singles players. And, you know, we've gone through the highs and lows and it's amazing because you can win a match and have a great epiphany moment. You can lose a match and have just as strong an epiphany moment. And it's interesting to me how when you lose a match, if you ask yourself the right questions afterwards, how you can, excuse me, let me turn that down, how you can actually add some more confidence to your game.
Yeah.
Because now you got that clarity about, well, next time, now I know exactly what to do the next time. And that in itself is clarity. And so that does kind of tee me up, a segue into today's the last day for getting into our 7 gold ball winning plays for singles players. This is not a doubles playbook. It's for singles players only. But we've got 7 plays in there for you guys that will really help you get that clarity so that we help you go from chaos to confidence. And you got to jump on it, though, because this offer, and it's an insanely great offer in terms of everything that's in the bundle. Yeah, there is the master class in terms of the 7 plays, but then we got 7 other bonuses that really complement the entire thing and gives you every resource you could need to be able to start to get those singles results that you want. If you're at YouTube, right down below in the description area, there's a link that will take you to get some more information about what's in the offer. And if you're on iTunes and you're not on our email list, dude, you got to jump on it. Go over to goldballhunting.com right now. First name, email, dude, get signed up. It's free, and you'll learn how you can take advantage of this great offer that ends tonight, Sunday, August 25 at 11 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. So, Jeff, like I said before, we're sharing stories all week. What's your 7th story of the week that you got for us?
I'm actually going to share a story about a student of mine back in Napa, and it's about exactly what we've presented here. That this student came to me and said she wanted to hit. She had a 2-handed backhand sometimes, and sometimes a one-handed slice. And so she came to me and said, I want to learn a topspin two-handed backhand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went, okay. And so we got to work on that, and she was making progress, but when it came to playing, there was just no way she was going to pull the trigger on trying it, hitting it, whatever. She just never felt comfortable with it, and she had a really hard time, like, mentally staying focused enough during the lessons to really be able to move the meter enough. She was capable of doing it without a doubt, good athlete, but mentally there was this block there that I could tell she was never going to trust this to actually deploy it in a match. And so about 5 months in, she came out and we were doing it, and she was frustrated and that. And then finally I just said, time out. I finally figured you out. It took me a while, but I did. I finally figured her out. And I said, I'm going to teach you a play today. We're not going to do anything technical anymore. I don't think the technical route for you is the best route to improve your tennis. I go, I've watched you play enough matches now, and you really like to blast the ball with your forehand, and I called it the howitzer. I said, but I've watched some other aspects of your game, and I don't think you're a power player. I think you're a cat and mouser, and you don't know it.
Yeah.
And so I said, I'm going to teach you this one play. And then I taught it to her, and her eyes just got big. And she just went, oh, teach me more. And so for her, it was really the epiphany for her was that, you mean I can run a play?
Right. Rather than just unloading.
Rather than just, unloading or, not having an answer or not knowing what to do. And so, so that was really the gateway drug for her, was that first simple play. And she's got great touch. And over the next, 2 seasons later, or 1 season later, she went from a 4.0 to a 4.5. And we did no stroke production work. It was simply about getting her focused on the plays. And when she focuses on when she's clear about what she's doing, she strikes the ball perfectly. And she hits a slide forehand. She doesn't hit a topspin forehand. Kind of a slide forehand and a slice backhand. Good hands to the net. Good.
Doesn't matter.
Nothing. I can tell you this though. Nothing. Let's say classically executed. Good athlete, so she's got good hands. Basic form is there, but for her, what elevates her game and her performance is when she's clear about what she's constructing on the in the point.
Everybody.
And it just elevated everything for her. But now she got clear on that concept.
Right.
That it wasn't about stroke production.
Right.
It was about this other thing, knowing what to do.
Right.
And so I taught her, obviously a little bundle of plays. And the very first one is her signature play. And the ladies know she's going to do it, and they know they're getting corralled into it. And they still can't do anything about it. And then she lays in the drop shot, and which is the finish.
Yeah.
And they just call her names from across the net, and she knows she's done her job.
Yeah.
Correct, right? And
That's right.
so this is the finish on this is not only that, the epiphany of seeing the clarity of actually running plays. But for her is that we had a private every week. And we ran that play every week. We practiced it. We did the reps. So I'm going to say right now, here we are, 2019. I'm going to say in 4 to 5 years in practice, we probably ran that play 30 to 35,000 times.
Whoa.
Over the course of 4 years, 5 years, which is why she does it so stinking well.
Yeah. Sure.
And she's perfectly confident. And it doesn't matter what side of the court. Do side, add side, she can run it.
Right.
Because we just simply put in the work. And I said, we're going to elevate this.
Yeah.
It's going to be your signature play. And the women are going to call you names. And when they do, you're on the right track.
That's right. That's right.
So anyway.
That's good.
So anyway, it's just about, and obviously for our course, Our course is there to give you clarity. Here's the plays. Get in there, work them, practice them, because they have to become. They got to be part of the way you think. The way you construct a point has to become the way you think. It can't be something as little separate, incremental little parts and pieces that you're trying to assemble. That's not the way point construction works. Point construction works as here's a pattern. Now here's another pattern. We're going to put those two patterns together, and you know what I mean. And it makes the whole point flow. So anyway,
good.
There you go.
That's good. Well, that's got to be satisfying for you. I mean, you've shared some great stories all week about you as a player, but it can be equally, if not more, satisfying to help somebody be able to sort of get the same epiphanies that you're getting. Maybe they're different, but still, it's that aha thing where you just go, oh my God.
She had a racket.
My life has changed.
She was just wagging her tail first when I taught it to her the first one, and she just was like a sponge at that point.
That's
and
cool.
I just taught her, a bunch of different, patterns.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, look, my memory, my epiphany, my aha moment actually was just recently, was a few months ago, and I've shared this story before. In some recent podcasts, but I don't think I've gone into really what was the major epiphany for me. And I was playing Padge Bolton, who was seeded number one at the hard courts in June in Irvine, the 70 hard courts. And I had to play him in the semis. I'd never beaten the guy before, ever. I mean, we played some close matches, but I'd never beaten him before. And
ever.
Yeah, as
ever.
As in put an N in front of it, as in never. I just, obviously it's one of those things where you go, well, obviously I don't want to do the same thing I've been trying to do at it better because that hasn't worked. And this is straight out of our playbook. This is what I did was what we've been talking about ever since we started this thing on episode number 1, which is the standard play, whether I'm serving now or whether I'm returning. But for a while, that standard play for me was not what I felt like what I like to do. Because what I like to do is I like to end up inside the service line. Whether I serve and volley or whether I chip and charge or whether I wait for a few balls, but I want to get in at some point. If, my mantras are always in, well, if I lose the point, where do I want to be in the court? I'd like to be inside one of the two service boxes somewhere. Or straddling both of them. I don't know. But I don't want to be back there. Not that I don't, not that it, I think yesterday I shared a story, maybe it was a couple of days about, Perth, where I realized, I don't have a baseline game. I now have a baseline game.
No backup plan.
Yeah, I now have a baseline game, but that's not my love, right? Is to stay back there.
Right.
And yet, against this guy, every time I tried to force court positioning by serving and volleying or chipping and charging, I got scary because he got a big old forehand. He got a big old rolling backhand that you can hear it when it goes by. It's got a little sizzle. Yeah, not sure I want to do that again. But on this day, I just stuck with a tool out of the toolbox that wasn't my all-time favorite, but you know what? It was working. It was absolutely working. And there were a couple times where a voice was going, all right, well, look, you're up a break. Let's have some fun. Hey, shut up. We're not going to do that today. We're going to stick with this one thing. May not be my most favorite thing, but we're going to stick with it. And, I won that 6-1 in the third. And I think he was a little pooped out afterwards, just because of the style of play that I was showing him.
Right.
And so I guess my big takeaway after that match was, well, a couple things. Number one, if you're playing someone that you've never beaten before, do something different today.
Yeah.
Don't do the same thing and think, well, I just got to do the same thing, but I got to do it better. I got to keep doing it better and better and better. Doesn't work. So do something different. And if you can't do something different, like I couldn't in that match in Australia, then get your fanny out there and work on it.
You better work on something different,
Yes.
adding a new different.
That's right. But the other thing too was, you know what? There are going to be times out there when I got to run the play, even if it's my all-time favorite play, but it's working. It works against this guy. So, all right. Well, guys, listen, I hope you enjoyed today's stories. All week we've been sharing stories, Jeff. Been a lot of fun. And just a quick reminder, the offer we've got for our inaugural instructional course, which is for you singles players, guys and gals, 7 gold ball winning plays that don't require a lick of stroke technique improvement. Nope. Wherever you are right now, stroke technique wise, you can run all of these plays. The way to get inside that course is, if you're at YouTube, just look down below in the description area. There's a link that will take you to a video that will describe everything that's in the course. If you're on iTunes, if you're not already in our email list, come on, you got to do it. It's free.
Come on.
You got to get there. Go over to goldballhunting.com, drop in a first name and email address, click that little button, and you'll get access to a couple of cool things, but also the link that will take you to get more information about the course and the offer we've got. It ends tonight, Sunday night, August 25th at 11 o'clock p.m. Pacific time zone. So if it's 10:59, go. Get on this thing. Get on this thing. So, all right, guys. Well, listen, thanks for hanging out with us again today. Jeff, what is it we want to find folks to do right now?
Like us, share us, please subscribe. Let us know what you think down below.
Beautiful. Guys, get out there today. Help someone else. Have a great day. Jeff, another episode of the Gold Ball Hunting podcast tomorrow.
Can't wait.